The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, yeah, I'm a business.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Crystal, today we're going to have a great show.
We're going to have a great show. Our guest is ill today, who was coming in. He was ill, so I highly recommended him that he stay at home and be sick on his own and not pass that.
Yeah, we don't want him bringing in the sickness in here.
Yeah, and he's a pilot, so who knows? There's coronavirus out there,
Hey,
man.
you never know, man. It could be that coronavirus.
I know. And I was a little nervous. Usually I'm not nervous about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I was last night at the Crown Plaza, George Frazier's event, which absolutely was phenomenal. But when I was coming through the lobby, I was a lot of, and excuse me, people, not to be racist at all, but it was a little nerve-wracking. There was a lot of Asians, and I don't know whether they were Chinese, I couldn't tell because I couldn't hear what they were. And I can tell between the languages, and I couldn't tell, but I know they were getting off tour buses, and that was making me a little bit nervous. So I was trying to, let me hurry up and run and get my ticket paid and get the heck in my car. So I came home. And I doused up with my airborne and my other immune system enhancers because that's some scary stuff. Yeah. And it's supposed to happen from bat soup or some craziness.
That's...
They can't eat all that sort of stuff.
See, that's the thing that I don't understand, A lot of people are eating food that they're not supposed to eat, food that are forbidden, like rats and all of that.
And possums and things like that. No, you don't supposed to eat that stuff.
And then when they get these diseases, they're wondering, why?
Yes, you cannot cross-pollinate.
No, you can't.
And then you eat them, in some cases, raw food. No, it's got to be cooked. I am very, when it comes to food, I am extremely picky.
You got to be picky.
If it don't look like a cow, or it came from a cow, or it didn't come from a chicken,
or a fish,
and some fish I don't eat because some of them do some other thing. I am sorry, I don't eat lamb. I don't eat anything that takes kind of gamey. That's not part. I don't know. That's just weird on my part. Maybe I should be a vegetarian, but I'm a little nervous about certain things that one eats, and I'm not trying to do bats. And didn't SARS come from? I was talking to Armand, and SARS came from like a cat or
or chicken
ferret
or something. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be eating that stuff, man. Eat regular food. Eat lettuce.
Eat the food that has been authorized for us to eat. Don't eat any of that snake and alligator and all of that crazy stuff. Yes. Hey, Jerry, welcome to the Business Zone.
Hey, Brenda. Hey, Billy. Yeah, just a little bit crazy. So we got. I don't know. Next time we'll be waiting. I think somewhere I saw on Facebook the locusts are flying through Africa.
Oh my
I don't know
Lord.
what the heck is happening. We're at the end of the. We really truly are at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy, man.
Yeah, so it's just a little too much. That made me a little nervous last night. And then Sunday I was just blown away with Kobe. I woke up and that
was really awful. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
It was just in fact, when it first hit, because it's interesting that every now and then someone comes out and does something crazy. I mean, I can't tell you how many times they done killed Dwayne Rock Johnson. Every time you turn around, he's supposed to be dead. Then he come out with a movie like the next week.
So then you didn't know if it was true or not.
Right. Yeah. So I had to go, and I actually was watching the news because on Sunday mornings I wake up, especially before this trial thing. So I don't try to watch it every day. Yeah. So I listened to George Stephanopoulos and the guy that's from the Middle East. What is his name?
Ansari or something like that.
Right. Yeah. So I'll listen to him. Yeah. So I was watching CNN, and then I jumped over to someone else, and I'm thinking, what? This is not on the news.
Yeah.
So everybody, and then when I looked at Facebook, I saw people were saying so and so. I'm thinking, Yeah, but wait.
Yeah.
Before I'm going to buy into any of this, because it was just completely unbelievable.
Right.
And then later on, I saw that it was, and then the information that was coming out was, there was 5 people, then there was 7 people, then there was 9 people, then Kobe's logo was on the side of the plane. Then you see the plane.
Was his logo on the side?
No, because it wasn't his plane. I found the day it came out that it was actually a plane that they rented from Long Beach Cruise.
Oh, okay.
And it was an older, not a plane, a helicopter.
So they just wanted to put something
and so it was just too much stuff. And then my heart went out to his wife, and it's just been horrific.
It's
so I was in a depressed mode all Sunday. And I actually came off of social media, period. I went to Netflix and just watched only my Asian international movies. That way, I did a binge, and but I think everybody, my nephew was just blown because Kobe was his favorite of all time. So
I hear you.
That was rough, and then we get to start with the crazy trial with no witnesses. On Monday.
I just tuned that out.
We're like in the kangaroo court.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. But like I say, the real deal is going to play out in November, so we'll wait for that.
Yeah, so it's just nuts. So this has been a stressful week.
Crazy week.
It's just been a very stressful week for most people, and just very sad, and and it's just so many things. But I do know for us as a people, there's what this says, because, Kobe was 41, his child was 13, and the other kids that were on the flight and the other adults that were there. There is no waiting for your dreams.
Right.
You have to grab, you got to grab your dreams while you have that opportunity. Because nothing's promised to any of us.
That's true.
And things happen every single day. And so everyone should really, whatever it takes to get to your dream, you need to put the time. You need to go for it.
Go for it.
Because that's what that says to me.
And that's why if you're an entrepreneur, you want to jump on things right now. You want to get your plans in order. Today we're going to go over, Crystal and I on the Business Zone, we're going to go over 10 reasons why you should hire a business coach to help you run your business, or to coach you into doing the right things that will make you successful much faster.
Right.
So that's what we're going to do today.
Take your dreams off a hold.
Take it off hold.
And find someone and find someone to help you execute. So a lot of times we keep our dreams on hold, because we're trying to get it all. We want it perfect, right?
Yeah.
And it cannot be perfect. It has to be, as long as it's planned out, then you can make it happen. But you're not going to get it where coming out the gate, you're not going to have to make some changes.
Right.
Because even if you think it's perfect, it's not perfect.
That's true.
Because you're depending on what you're doing and how well versed you're in that area, that you just have to make it happen.
And I've been guilty of that myself too in the past, because I remember when I created SmallBizPro, I've been working on it. I'm going, okay, it's got to be this way. It's got to be this way. It's not there yet, so I got to keep working on it before I release it. And I kept doing that, and it just keep putting me on hold and hold and hold and hold. So I think you're the one who said, man, you got to put it out there. Just do it. And if you've got to make changes along the way, then you can do addenda.
Yeah, you can add to it, because look where it's grown. I mean, you've gone back and made some changes to it, and now it's grown, and that's what happens, right? You can't, and it's going to make changes anyway, because sometimes just outside external stuff will create you having to make changes. So when I look at the way I do stuff is, I plan it out. I'll do my business plan. I'll do my business plan for it, and then at that point, then I just jump right on in. As long as it's your branding, I think is the most important piece to it. So once you get that brand together, then you and you feel that it's people ready, right?
Yeah.
And then you let everybody know, hey, this is my new business. Right. So therefore, it may not be perfect, but we're gonna work through this until we get it perfect,
Right.
and then you just make it happen. Because I think just waiting doesn't help us at all.
Right.
Yeah, waiting just really puts you in a bind,
Yes.
and
it slows down the process.
It slows down the process, and then anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen along the way.
Yeah.
Hey, Esperanza, welcome to the Business Zone. Jerry, welcome to the Business Zone. Now, if you guys have a project that you've been working on or your business and you've been putting it on hold for a while because you want to get it perfect, give us a call here. Tell us about it so we can share that information with you and see how we can guide you a little bit into getting it to the next level. So Jerry Cockrell and Esperanza Ortega, give me a call. Let me know. Our phone number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. Give us a call here in the studios. We'd love to talk to you and to see how we can provide you some advice, some guidance in your business. And today, like I say earlier, we're going to talk about 10 reasons why you should hire a business coach for your business.
Yeah, and we have a little surprise for you guys. So whoever calls in, we're going to offer a 45-minute free coaching with either myself or Gilbert, just depending on what you need, what your needs are. So you definitely want to call in at 323-293-3375 if you have some questions. And I tell you, I have a coach. I just finished up my coaching session for doing my online courses, and I'm pretty resourceful. Everybody knows that, right? I mean, it's not too much that I can't find to do on my own through YouTube or wherever I need to go to, but I felt that this was something I needed from somebody that had been successful in it. And so that's why I went, that's why I did I paid and I invested in it. It's been really well worth it. And I've learned a lot from this lady, from her name is Janine. And I learned a lot, not just for doing the online course, but everything that comes with marketing and marketing your courses, which is translates and can be interchangeable with anything else you're doing. So that's why I think it's important. And I've had other coaches, and then some coaches also become your mentor, right? You know, so and that mentorship can really bring some amazing things to you. So it has many benefits. So we're going to talk about that shortly.
And also, having a business coach is very helpful in a number of different ways because look at it this way: there are some areas in business that we're not really experts in. You know, we're not good in certain areas, and that's where the coach comes in because that coach may have some expertise in, say, marketing or branding or accounting, bookkeeping. They may have that expertise that you don't have. So that's why you really want to lean on that person. And then, even if they don't have that expertise, they can refer you to resources that you can use. And that's what you want to be able to look at.
And remember, because we operate and we help a large number and a large variety of businesses and different business situations, you know, especially in my accounting practice, I've pretty much have done books for every type of industry out there. And so that gives me an added value of experience. So I know what it looks like from a restaurant side.
What the
I know
operating
what
procedures are in some of those industries.
Right, exactly. And you the same thing. If you're certifying, helping businesses get certified, then you've seen every aspect of those businesses. So now you have something to share, and you know when they've come to you. And a lot of our businesses come to us for troubleshooing. That's usually when they reach out to you. Can you fix this? So now you know how, and you know how they got there. Right. So that's why it's important. So that's what we're going to talk about. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to jump into first the 14 billionaires or some of the billionaires that actually have business coaches. And then we're going to go in and we're going to let you know why it's important for you to have one.
Exactly. So we're going to go ahead and take a break right now. And we'll be back in about 60 seconds. You're on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. You need to give us a call here. Our number is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. Take a break.
Okay. We're not live yet.
She's coined a new term for the times we're living in.
Brace for it, parents of America.
Alternative facts. Alternative facts.
What are those? Oh, what? Alternative facts? Lies. Fibs. Also known as stereotypes or false narratives. It's like saying Black history began with slavery. That's offensive. Or that we'll never see another Black president in our lifetime. What about me? This Black History Month, we're focusing on the facts. Not alternative facts. Indisputable. Truth. Real. Black girl magic is real. Black boy joy is real. Black wealth is real. Black beauty is real. Black support is real. Black excellence is real. It's real. Black love, that's real. Black lives are real. I'm real. Black history didn't begin with slavery, and it doesn't end with the Obamas, whom we love and miss. No, like, really, we really miss you. Facts.
Okay,
So
and
we're
we
back.
are back. So yes, we are live. We're streaming live at Morris Media Studios on YouTube, and we're also streaming live on the Business Zone. We're gonna switch that over to a Facebook a watch party in a minute. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, guys, so our topic today is why is it important what are the 10 reasons and benefits of having a business coach. But before we get to that, you do realize that everyone that is trying to achieve greatness, they have a coach to help lead them to greatness.
Yes.
And so we want you to know why that's so important to do that. And so there are a number of entities out there, and they're most very wealthy individuals had business coaches to get them there. Oprah had a business coach. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just going to share some of that with you. But with that, the former CEO of Google, his name is Eric Schmidt. He says the best advice he ever got was to hire an executive coach, and he hired. That reference came from venture capitalist and board member John Doerr, and that was where the suggestion came from. And Eric was a longtime executive that was already running a successful global business that was growing like weeds. He didn't need a coach, so he resisted. But eventually, when he turned a corner, he gave it a shot, and look where he is today. Look where Google is today, because it takes a lot to take a business and take it from a concept and a mindset and actually grow it into this monstrous business that's servicing the entire world.
And it takes a lot of additional resources. People who may have some additional advice that in areas that you may not be thinking about.
Right. Oprah, she built her massive media brand. She had a life coach named Martha Beck, and she strongly advocates having a coach. She felt that her brand, when she migrated from being a local journalist into this great big superstar she is right now, it required, because you got to balance your personal life, you got to balance your business life, and you got to save something in there for you. Right. So sometimes coaches can help you do that.
And a lot of times we overlook certain things that, we should know about or should pay attention to, but because we got so many irons in the fire.
Right, exactly. And there is no athlete that doesn't have several coaches. Right. They have if you play football, I think depending on what position
you got a defensive coordinator, running back.
Right, exactly. So you have a whole team. It's a whole team of individuals that's helping you reach your goals. And then on top of that, then they have their business managers that are trying to keep them out of trouble.
That's true.
And then they have their financial coaches that are helping them make the best decisions for their money.
Right.
And then they have their spiritual coaches that are keeping their heads on straight. So in every aspect of your life, having someone to help guide you through that process is a good thing, because you can always have questions, and to have great feedback is going to help. It will help you. I mean, look at Serena Williams. If you're playing tennis or gymnastics or ice skating, that is part of from the moment you put put the racket in your hand or put your skate on the ice, there's a coach that's helping guide you through that. And there's sometimes they have to make changes, and when they outgrow one coach and need another coach, that's fine. But making sure that they have someone that's rah-rah and behind them, and as well as mentoring them to make sure that they, because you can talk when you're moving up the ladder. How many times can you talk yourself out of something?
That's it. I mean, you only have it so many times, so many opportunities to do certain things on your own, and then that's where the help comes in. Yeah, right. So if you're looking for success, so you get a success, but in order to get through a struggle, sometimes you have to add the coach in order to make sure that you're achieving whatever goals you've set for yourself. Because one of the things I do know is, as a human being, we the best person in the world to talk ourselves out of our blessings. Oh yes. Yeah. I've seen that so many times. Yeah. Yeah, small businesses. Sometimes I see where many small businesses, they've gotten a deal because they pitch their product or service, and the customer is feeling good about it and getting ready to close the deal. Then they talk themselves out of it. Right, exactly. So many small businesses have done that. Talk yourself out of a deal. Right, exactly. You said, and you talk yourself out of the deal, and you're going to base it on the fact, well, they would have done that anyway, or that wouldn't have happened anyway. I mean, you're coming up with all of these excuses as to why you shouldn't, and then basically you're just letting the blessings run away from you. Right. And then you turn around and go, and then years later you find yourself going, but if I had done X, Y, and Z, then this is where I would be today. Yeah. Well, it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. Because that opportunity then come and it has gone. So many small the takeaway from this is many small businesses, when you're pitching your product or service, you got to know when to stop selling. Stop selling and close the deal. You see what I mean? Stop selling and close the deal. That's really what this is all about. You doing right. And if you have questions, and then that's where the person you would find if you have fears as to why it won't be successful. Right. Now this coach person who is completely unbiased will be able to give you the pros and the cons. And that coach is the one who she takes an objective look at you and your business, and that's when they intervene and say, hey, maybe you need to back off a little bit, maybe you need to do this, or maybe you need to just do just this amount of thing and not oversell or undersell. Right, exactly. Yeah, so that's why it's important to have that person. So, hey, Jack, welcome to the Business Zone. So now, 1 minute, guys. So go to your Facebook page so I can show you how to get on to Watch Party. I think I'm on there. You're on Watch Party? Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, all righty. I've been watching you. You've been watching. Look at him. So anyway, now let's talk about the 10 reasons why you would want to hire a coach. Okay. So we're going to talk about 10 reasons why you should hire a coach. Well, so number one, a coach can help you get outside of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. I mean, how many times have you had, it was so funny last night when I went to the George Fraser, this young lady comes running, because they introduced me. I was outside the room and they was like, you have to know Crystal. So I came running back into the meeting room. And so afterwards, this young lady ran up to me. Oh my God, I need you to meet somebody. And I was like, okay. And so at that point, I see Ardina Brooks coming toward me. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of wrapped my arm. She goes, y'all know each other? Yeah, I was her coach for pretty much the majority of her business life. and I remember because Ardina was very, very shy. Yeah. The very first time I remember when she was in one of my classes, she was so shy that she was sitting behind this poster, this
barrier that was a pole that was in the room, and so I could barely see
column,
her.
like
There's a column. Yeah, she was like halfway in, halfway behind. So I guess so she thought I wouldn't call on her.
Yeah.
And of course, when you do that with an instructor or a teacher, that's the first people you call.
Oh, yeah.
Try to hide from me if you want. But so they can, and so I had to help her move past some of her uncomfortable, her comfort zone, and a lot of times that's what it is. Is moving out. We want to stay where we feel safe.
Yes. And that's why one of the reasons to having a coach is that coach is going to recommend new things that you haven't done before. Of course, it's going to make you a little uncomfortable because you're going to say, well, I don't think I want to do that. Well, you got to step outside of your comfort zone sometimes as entrepreneurs. Yeah. Try some things and see if it works. Who knows? Maybe the product and service that you're pitching right now isn't generating the type of revenues that you want.
Right.
And the coach may suggest that you add one or two other things to that. Next thing you know, people are responding to it favorably.
Yeah. And I always put myself in thinking when somebody asks me and they tell me about their business and I go, and I'm sitting there, I'm listening to everything they're saying. And then I'm saying to myself, if this was my business, what would I be doing? Right? What directions would I be going, and what would I be implementing?
Yes.
And generally, and then I'll come back and I said, I hope you don't mind, but let me intervene and let me give you some other suggestions that you can add to. Yes. And they're going, I never thought about that at all. And that's where and then I'll go, well, I don't know if I'm comfortable. And then we can come back and say, well, maybe if you did it this way, and prepared this document or prepared this proposal, and then they're like, oh, I can do that. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons we can, and sometimes we can see what you're more capable of than you can see what you're more capable of.
That's right.
So,
and the coach gives you that extra push that you need sometimes, take you beyond your capabilities, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. So it's like having a psychologist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they give you courage.
Yes.
Give
you some homework assignments.
Because they're listening to you. We hear what you say.
Yeah.
And we hear how you say it. And so then consequently, we can tell where it's coming from.
Yeah.
If it's something based on a fact or it's based upon something that you actually heard.
Right.
And then you can come back and interject to say, well, I don't know if that's actually possible. Had you thought about doing X, Y, and Z?
Right.
And so that helps. And then now number 2 is, you'll get personal attention from someone who knows your business inside and out.
Exactly. And that's what the coach does for you. Give you that personal attention that you need.
So how many of because like right now, when you get somebody registered or help them get their certification, they just kind of, they feel that's all it is to it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So then I got to walk them through a process and show them how they can apply that certification, how they can apply the certification that they just obtained in their business, in their marketing strategy, in order to generate more revenues, and how they can market to a certain part of the market that they usually weren't thinking about.
Right, exactly. And even thinking, okay, well, had you seen this bid? And then, because it's like a job, right?
Yeah.
You see a job and you don't see all of your skill sets listed in that job category, right?
Yes.
You go, oh no, they would never.
Exactly.
I can't do that because I don't have this. The one thing out of 20 things that they listed, you don't have.
Exactly.
Okay, well maybe you can bring somebody else in that does have that. What about that?
And that's what we do as coaches too. When we're working with a small business client, they see themselves in a certain area that, this is all I can do. But the coach see you as more than that.
Right.
The coach see you as teaming up with other people and working together in order to satisfy that solicitation requirements.
And on top of that, the coach may have someone that they can team you up with, knowing you're both personalities, like a matchmaker, right? So we could do that. But the personal attention, I think most people are looking for someone that, in that relationship, you can call them and bounce something off of them and not feel that you're intruding with them. So because you've hired them in order to be that person that you can reach out to when you have concerns. So, or go with you. Yeah. If you're doing a presentation or something for your moral support. Have someone who isn't afraid to correct you.
Right. And many small businesses try to surround themselves with yes women and yes men. No, you don't want to do that, because then there's no room for growth then. The reason you want a coach or someone who can help to guide and spur you on is so they're looking at your business more objectively than you. They're taking an objective look at your business, an objective, unemotional look at your business. Because for us, our business is emotional. We're tied to that business. Yes. So we don't see the pitfalls within that business. So the coach will see that by looking and taking an objective, unemotional look. They can tell you, hey, this part is a little rough. You might want to smooth this out. Here's some strengths that you have, and here's some weaknesses. Now, how can you strengthen those weaknesses? Oh, there's some potential threats right there that you need to take a look at. So those are all things that we need to...
And you as the person that's in the midst of it, you can't see it.
No, you can't. Yeah. Because you're so close. It's like being in front of a mirror. You're being in front of a mirror, and you're this close to the mirror. What do you see when you're close to a mirror? Only your face. That's all you can see. Right. But if you step back, then you see the rest of your body in that mirror. That's what the coach is seeing. The coach is seeing all of you.
Right. And it's so funny. This next one is interesting because it's you will learn. We will help you make your ideas a reality, right? Because everyone has a concept. Okay, I'm going to open up this business here, and this is how I envision this business, right? Yes. But then you share it with someone that's your coach, and their job is to make sure that is a feasible business, right? So they won't tear down your business idea, but what they will do is give you some incentive. They'll give you some other directions to it, right? Or send you off, and I know that I do this a lot. I'll send you off to do some homework and some research, and then you come back, and I was like, okay, so what did you find out? And they'll go, wow, I found out that I really can't make a lot of money that way that I was thinking. Exactly. And that there's more people suffering from this over here. And maybe I should include them. Yes. And so that we help kind of nudge you into other areas that, because we can become very stagnant in our thinking, right? And this is the way I see it happening, and this is how I envisioned it. So there are no other ways that is possible that I can do this, but this way, right?
And that's an amazing point that you brought up, Crystal, because I remember when I lived upstate New York. I live in a small town called Binghamton, Binghamton, New York. Population is only 50,000.
50,000?
Only 50,000.
So y'all saw each other coming and going.
Yeah. You pretty much know everybody in the community. Right. So this company that I was coaching, they want to make $250,000, $500,000 a year in sales. That's what they wanted. So I said, well, let's take a realistic look at this. Okay. The population here is 50,000. The item that you're selling is one of those items that people will buy, every once in a while.
Right. It's not a repeat item.
It's not a repeat item. Right. It's not something they're going to buy every week, every month. It's just something they'll probably buy once in a while. Yeah. So how are you going to generate $250,000 to $500,000 with this small population? And then they started thinking and go, oh, I never thought about that. So that's the thing with many of our small businesses. They have the idea in their head that they want to make a certain amount, but they don't think about the logistics.
Yeah, how do you actually get to there, right? What's the plan to get there?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where we come in, is to help you see the realities. Yes. And I have to do that all the time. So when I teach kids how to do write their own business plans, and then we're talking about the marketing.
Yes.
I have them go find out how many people actually live in the United States.
Yes.
So they get that.
Right.
And then let's narrow it down to the state that you live in, and then let's narrow it down to the
county,
city, to the city you live in,
Yes.
and then as kids, what's realistic here, right?
Yes.
So you're in school, either in junior high or high school.
Yeah.
You're in class for 8 hours, 7.5 hours at best. So really, what are we thinking about when we look at that? So then let's work with a percentage.
Yes.
And if the business is online, then of course your percentages could be higher.
Which brings me to a good point right here. Crystal point is right on point. It's amazing. So this brings me to a point with small businesses. Now, for those of you small businesses that are listening to this show, it's called the Business Zone. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4, and we provide great information. Now, I don't know what type of businesses you guys have, but let's say that the business that you have is B2B. You're selling to another business. Do you know how many businesses out there, if you're in the county of Los Angeles, how many businesses out there that can purchase your product or service? Do you know? Do you know how many small businesses are in the county of Los Angeles? Because that's going to help you in order to determine, can I make the kind of profit and the kind of revenue that I'm looking for within this space? There are 244,000 small businesses out there in the county of Los Angeles. So that should give you an idea, okay, I can play in this pool of 244, but how many of those are purchasing my type of product and services?
Right.
So you got to further drill down.
Right, exactly.
And do I know what's a popular? So let's say you're selling other things like clothing and other items like that you know, not just businesses are going to purchase your product, but people, you know, regular people within the community. How many people are in the county of Los Angeles? Do you know that? And I'll give you a little tip there. It's 10 million. There are 10 million people in the county of Los Angeles. So these are little pointers that as business owners and entrepreneurs, you want to have in your arsenal, in your business plan, in your marketing plan. So when you put that effort together to make your ideas reality, then you know.
And then the other side of that, so let's say there is 10 million people in Los Angeles County, but do you have enough product to service 10 million people?
There you go.
And can you create a distribution channel that will make that happen?
Exactly.
So you got to be on that's a realistic. How much can I really make happen? So unless you get your product in a big box store that's doing all the marketing for you and drawing and have a draw of people that are coming in irregardless whether your product is there or not.
Exactly.
Then, you probably could get, you wouldn't get 10 million, but you at least get within the demographics of that particular store, a big box store.
Very good point.
Right?
Very
but
good point.
You yourself, because what does that look like from a marketing standpoint? You got to do a lot of your marketing campaigns, got to reach a vast number of individuals.
Got to do that due diligence.
Right. So that's where we come in because we kind of bring the reality back to the plate that right here, to the reality place, to the channel, to the reality channel.
And that's how it's going to bring us to point number 5, because they need to gain a confidant in what they do. They need, and that's where the business coach comes in as your confidant, because now he's saying, okay, now you've done the work, you've done the research. Now let's position you to reach these types of people.
Right. And we are there for you.
Yes.
We're not hired. We're not like a family member that might have some biases, or a husband or a boyfriend or a girlfriend who are thinking, wow, if you're going to do that, well, how much, they got their own arteria, their own needs, right?
Yes.
But here we're hired in order to say, okay, let's think about this. What does this really look like?
Yes.
We know this is your life. And these are your already commitments.
Yes.
And so let's see, do we scale up slowly? Or do we take a more aggressive approach about it? But based upon, so we can see the whole bigger picture. And at the same, and then you have a confidant that you can speak to honestly.
Yes.
And we can tell you honestly what will work and what won't work.
And at the same time, while we're providing you with some guidance and coaching, we're also doing it in a confidential way, wherein the information you share with us is not going to be shared with your competitors or another small business.
Right.
You see what I mean?
And that's a big thing. How many people come to you with an idea and they go, I can't tell you the whole thing.
Exactly.
Because somebody's going to steal it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. Well,
how can I help you?
How can I help you if you can't tell me?
Yes.
So, but we can tell you how to become confident enough that this is what you can share. This is what what you need to put in place to protect the intellectual part of your business, or trademark or copyright, whatever that is.
And that's a great point, right there. That's an excellent point right there.
Because you can't keep it secret.
No,
a lot of times that's what happens. They want to keep it secret until it's perfect.
Exactly.
And they reach perfection.
Right.
And at the same time, nobody knows what they're doing. Now, I cannot tell you how many people that come across and they're rocking. They feel they're rocking in their business, and you're going, what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Because so many pieces are left out because they don't want anybody to steal it, that I have no clue what you do. And if I can't figure out what you do, then you're not making it.
The customer is not going to figure it out either.
Because I at least know how to dig to get. They're not going to dig. They're not going to
They won't even spend the time, No. So one of the things that Crystal just brought up, very critical point that you guys need to think about as well. And Sharon Grains, welcome to the Business Zone. Some of the things you want to think about is the idea you have, is it a patentable idea? Did you patent it? Or did you trademark your business name? Did you trademark your logo? Did you trademark your slogan? Did you trademark any of that? So those are the kind of guidance that we can give you as business coaches to make you start thinking of things differently. Now, how many of you that are listening right now have your trademark for your business name, your logo, or your slogan? How many of you? Give us a call here. If you have yours trademarked, give us a call here in the studios. The number is 323-293-3375, 323-293-3375. And if you are, or if you've done so, we will gift you some free coaching sessions, okay, for your business.
Yes, for sure. So if any of these areas that we have addressed so far, so that's to go back, we've talked about helping you get out of your comfort zone. We have talked about you having personal attention that's just for you and helping you map out your business. We talked about someone who isn't afraid to correct you. We're not yes men and women. That neither one of us will go with the okie doke. That just sounds good. We're going to give you the truth. And then we help you realize the feasibility and if it's a reality of your business. We help you. We that much needed confidant that you need, that you can't discuss with anybody.
Right.
And this one is really big because, in my world, one of the things that I do with my clients is I have my top 10.
Right.
And my top 10 are when I go out to network, then I'm always networking, not just for myself. I'm not networking for my top 10. So if you're a client of mine, then I'm looking out for your best interest at the same time. I'm looking out for mine, right? Because there's some events that I go to, they might not be beneficial for me, but whoever's in my top 10. So number 6 is networking opportunities will skyrocket because now the more you're involved with successful people, the more you will succeed, right? So if you're hanging around, and last night when I was with George Frazier, he was saying if you're hanging around with folks that's not successful, then pretty much you're not going to be successful either, right? So you have to be able to expand your horizons, and you have to be able to tap in. And that's the whole idea behind social media, right? If I got 5,000 followers, and I know, let's say I know 45% of the personally named 45% of the 5,000. Now I can make a warm introduction to them versus you reaching someone that's cold. And so that you're having your coach work for you in that capacity and be able to connect you with their network. Oh, that's just priceless right there. That is paid for whatever you didn't pay for them.
That is true. And then you know that your coach is an advocate for you in your business. They're
Right.
out there looking. Just like with Crystal and I, when we're out there in the marketplace, we're interfacing with contract providers. We're not just thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about all of the clients that we have within our network that can benefit from that connection that we're making. Oh, we're with Edison. What is Edison looking for this week? Well, we're looking for someone who can provide professional services, someone who can do concrete work, or someone who can do transportation or something to that effect. We're going to come back to you and say, hey, this contract provider is looking for this, but here is how they want you to present it. So we can coach you on how to pitch that idea.
Because most times people are thinking of everything very linear, right?
Yes.
And then we can give you the video, the vertical aspect of that, where you might not have thought about that, or you might have not even thought that it was possible. But even better than that, we can we can introduce you to someone.
Yes.
That can actually get you through whatever the challenge that you're having. So that's the other thing. We come with contacts, and we come with a full blown network.
Yes,
and it can help you. We can introduce you to that network.
Yes,
and we can feel confident about introducing you to that network.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly.
Because we've been working with you.
We've been working with you, and you have been vetted. We have vetted you, so it makes it easier for us to make that referral or recommendation.
Exactly. I mean, how many times someone has and I even before I met you, people do you know Gilbert Buchanan?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, no, I haven't met him. You need to meet him and do eventually. And how many times did that happen?
That's true. So many times. So many times.
Right. And then they're like, oh, you're his co-host? Oh, okay, fine, no problem. Yeah. You've already been co-signed, right? Or
you've been vetted. You see what I mean? And for many of you who are listening right now, I know that you're providing certain services or you're selling certain products. Give us a call. We'll be happy. Crystal and we are happy to gift you some coaching, free, I call it complimentary coaching session.
Complimentary coaching.
So give us a call here, 323-293. 3375 323-293-3375. Give us a call so we can gift you guys some coaching.
And it doesn't matter where you are, if you're on the front end, the middle end, the back end.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Because you never know. We could have someone that you need to meet right now.
That's right.
And if we don't know that you have those needs, then we can't refer those people to you. And here is the best of all of the benefits is
number 7.
With a good business coach, you'll make more money.
You can make a lot more money.
So your investment. So when I looked into the online courses, I know that those individuals make 6 figures. And if they've been doing it for a while, in fact, I chose the lady that I chose for my coach because I had been watching her for 2 years. And I went back and did a Google search in my email to see when I first reached out to her. And it was in 2017.
Wow.
And so I had been making some plans, and I had gone to a couple of other events, and I had met a couple of people, and I was like, But then she kept popping up in my feed on Facebook. And so then I attended a webinar that she did. And I was just so impressed with her delivery and what she was offering. And then when I did my research, I was like, oh, this woman's on point. She has a system of how she does that. Not just a one-off, a system. So when I was looking, I was like, okay, this is who I'm going to invest in.
That's good.
And done right. It's going to take a moment, but done right if I follow her system. And she was very straightforward. She gave me all of this amazing information. I will be doing the 6 figures as well. And so that's why it's good to have that phone call. I mean, that conversation with a coach, because they come with such a vast amount of information.
Right. And that's the amazing thing about having business coaches. Hey, Mohan, welcome to the Business Zone. One of the fine thing about coaching is like having an agent. You know, if you're a basketball player, you're in the NBA, you need an agent, right? Because you can't speak directly to the owners. So the agent is the one who speaks on your behalf.
Yeah.
Same thing with your business coach. The business coach will speak with contract providers in situations where it's not threatening or compromising to them. If you went and spoke with the contract provider, it might be threatening because the solicitation may be out there, so they can't talk to you. But with a coach, it's a different situation.
Right. And then you're not quite for sure how far you're supposed to push.
There you go.
Right. Because you don't know what that boundary line is.
Yes.
Under the Making Money in this particular article that we're reading from, it says every coach, whether it's sports or business, has a process. So Phil Jackson ran the triangle offense when Kobe and Shaq was playing, and it worked perfectly for the players that they had, and they won 6 NBA championships just based off of what Phil Jackson did, and we had to attribute it to him. And before that, it was another process that their Pat Riley had with them, and that's why they were three-peating all over the places because of the coaching.
They got a system,
right? Vince Lombardi won 5 Super Bowls, creating what he called the execution strategy.
That's right,
combining spiritual and military discipline.
Yeah.
So finding your coach can help you find that strategy, and then that's how you cash in, because it has to be a system.
It has to be a system.
It has to be a system.
And that's why when we do this infrastructure that I push, this infrastructure system with the back office operations to it, that's a solid winner right there. Many small businesses don't want it because they don't want to think about the documents that they need to produce, but they have to produce this if they're going to move to the next level.
Right, exactly.
You know, you got to make sure that all your organizational documents are in place, your corporate documents, your corporation. You want to make sure that the bylaws, the articles of incorporation, all of those things, the meeting minutes, all of that is in place. And if it's not in place, then you're just going to fall along the wayside, because if you get a contract opportunity from a public works agency, then they're going to want to say, okay, I need these documents. You don't have it, they move on to the next candidate.
Right, exactly. And then the next one is, and I think this kind of falls into place, it helps you develop that self-confidence.
Yeah.
You know, I have no qualms walking into a room of people that I don't know.
That's right.
And because I'm very confident in what I do.
Yes.
Right. And I do my research and I do my homework before I step out to wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
And anytime somebody wants something, you have to put some time and energy. With the nonprofit that I'm sitting on the board, we got some situation. We have something that we have to, a project that we're working on, and we're having to have conversation about it and bounce it off, each other to get what's your thoughts on this and what's your opinion and what do you, and so then it helps us come to a general consensus of how we should address this, right? And so that's the purpose, right? Is to help you develop that confidence so you feel like a pro in what you do.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And an example of this was 2 nights ago. Was it 2 nights or last night? I don't remember. I taught a class in capability statement development. So we were covering core competencies. How do you identify your core competencies? And what are core competencies? So we talked about that. Then we also talked about how do you combine your core competencies with your value proposition and your differentiators to build that confidence, so when you're delivering to your clients or your customers, you can deliver with confidence.
Right.
Because if you don't know what those core competencies are that you do, core competencies are the skills and expertise that you have in your business that you deliver to your customers so you can get paid. That's the core competencies. And you got to have some experience in it. You got to be skillful at it. So if you don't know how to deliver those and use them to articulate your value proposition to the customer, then there's no way the customer is going to buy from you, because you got to let the customer see that you're delivering value to them.
Right.
And the way you're delivering it better than the competition.
Yeah.
So that's really what this is all about. So when we talk about self-confidence, That's what we're talking about here. You're confident enough to use your core competencies and the differentiators to show how you're different from your other competitor. Unbelievable.
I mean, I kind of did it, a different twist on that as well when I did the course. I just finished up an 8-week course, 4 weeks with AARP, and then the balance was the Urban League, and we just had kind of extended it, and it was an 8-week course.
Yeah.
But I started with the business model canvas, and then all of the components, the 9 components that go into the canvas, all coming into the value proposition of what you're selling. And the whole idea was, what are you bringing to the table in order to get along, right?
That.
And that was how we tied that in, because it was based upon becoming bankable.
Oh yeah.
And the title of the class was 60 Days to Bankability. But as we went through all of those different components, they could see, it takes more than 60 days
for sure.
to be bankable, right? What I got to do, and I still have these areas. But now they know what areas they need to focus on.
That's right. That's right.
And so then, and it helped us know what classes we need in order to continue to help them move forward.
That is true.
And then number 9 is someone to be accountable for you no matter what. That really matters, right? Because, that's like having, my trainer, right? Dawn is great because she'll call, like, where were you this morning? So then you'll feel a little bit of guilt. You feel a little bit of guilt when you put some wrong foods in your mouth. Then and you can't let it draw out more than a week. You're like, I better get in there. Or finally she'll just call and say, you need to be there Monday. Okay, I'll be there Monday. So having a coach help keep you accountable, because if they give you a call to action, then they're going to be following up to make sure that you are completing that and moving the needle, because we can get very we can procrastinate. And
we do procrastinate,
right? and when you do that, you can find every excuse. It's like working out. You get sick and you go, I'm just too. I got a headache. I don't feel like. Next day, well, I got this backache or this little ache or this little nick or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna go today. So you literally could talk yourself out of it.
That's true.
So having a business coach does wonders for your entrepreneur, your business, because you're running an organization and it can be complex and you can get so busy and tied up. A lot of people go, I should be doing this. And then how do you stay on task, right? And so you look up and you've not met deadlines, or you haven't established the goals that you've set for yourself in a certain time frame. So they can keep you accountable and call you. So, okay, so what you got to report to me today? Right?
Exactly.
So, what progress has you made? So that's the benefit of having a coach. Hey, Linda. Hey, Patricia. Hey, everyone that's on my on Facebook watching. And then finally, you will hear unbiased opinions.
That's right.
Because I think it's very, very important and this is what you're looking for in a coach. You're looking for the integrity. You're looking for them to be honest with you, and not fearful that they're going to lose you as a client if they tell you the truth, because you want someone to tell you the truth.
Right.
Because you've put all this time and energy and money, invested all this money in your business, and all of a sudden you can become you're focused on going down this track, and this track is not working. And so having a coach to say, you know what, let's go back and look at your financials, and let's show that you have not moved this needle, not one iota.
You haven't grown a percent for the last 5 years.
Right, exactly. So I've allowed you to do that. So now we see, let's look back at the measures and the outcomes, and let's look at some milestones. And you haven't accomplished what we laid out for you.
That's true.
Now we're gonna do it my way.
One of the ways that I look at number 10, where it says you will hear unbiased opinions.
Right.
I want you guys to remember this one. If you don't remember any of the other 9 that we talked about, you will remember number 10, because this is a time when your business coach, will tell you that your baby is ugly. That's That's when the coach will tell you your baby is ugly, because your business is your baby and you're babying that business. You don't want to listen to anything, so you're biased and you're doing all of these things to grow this baby in a way that is probably not right. So that's when the coach steps in and says, listen, that's an ugly baby. Now let's fix this.
Right, exactly. Right. Like, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna tell you.
We're not gonna hold back.
And then we're gonna work toward getting that aha moment.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right now we are not having an aha moment.
That's right.
So that is, guys, really the sum of why it's beneficial. So we're in January.
Yes.
We're at the January 31st now. Mm-hmm. So this is the time. If you're struggling with your business, if you know this is the year you've set for, this is your time, you're going to make it happen this year, and you've been doing the same thing and saying the same thing for the last 5 years, I think it might be time
to get a coach. Time to get a coach.
And we can help push you through to get you through whatever that hurdle that's stopping you.
Yes.
And we have packages, but again, right now we're offering, let's offer this for the next month.
Yeah.
This is going to be our Black History Month.
For the next 30 days, Crystal and I, we're going to offer complimentary.
Yeah.
Complimentary, not free. Complimentary. Okay, we're going to gift you coaching sessions for the next 30 days. And if you guys don't take it, guess what? I have a post on Facebook that says, in business, there's a premium that is charged to people who don't take advantage of good advice from seasoned professional. Right. That premium is called the stupid tax. So if you guys don't want to take advantage of these seasoned professionals, the ideas and information and advice that we're giving, when you do come back to us, we're going to double our fees on you. We're going to charge you higher, much higher. That's a stupid tax.
Right.
So Crystal and I, we're offering you right now free consultation, complimentary consultation, coaching. So if you guys want to take advantage, sure, take advantage.
And you don't have to be here with us. You don't have to be in Los Angeles. Don't have to be here. We will do it virtual. We will set up a Zoom meeting and make that happen for you. So I'm going to put that in the details of this particular video when it brought on YouTube. Take advantage of, guys, and we'll put it out there on our social media. So for the month of February, this is our Black History Month special. We're doing 45-minute complimentary coaching for you to help you identify what is stopping you from reaching your dreams.
Exactly.
So let's take our dreams off a hold. And let's start making some stuff happen.
And let's tell them how to get a hold of us, Crystal.
So you will find me on, and you'll find the Business Zone on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you also will find me there and on LinkedIn. And you also can find me under Recycling Black Dollars and under Mitchell Business Solutions. That's how you find me.
And you can find me at Gilbert at thebuchanangroup.net. Gilbert at thebuchanangroup.net, and you can call me also at 888-882-1168. 888-882-1168. Now this is being videotaped, so you guys can play this video over and over if you want to get that information. Give us a call. Crystal and I, we're pledging to give you 45 minutes of free gratis coaching for the month of February.
Right.
If we can't help you to move the needle so you can grow your business and generate more sales, then I don't know what to say.
Yeah. So this is our Black History and Valentine's Month special.
That's right.
So we want to express our love to you guys for tuning in with us, and so take advantage of it. So we have come to the end of this week's show.
That's right.
And we have a great weekend, and we will see you next Friday.
And I want to put a quick shout out. I have a weekly workshop every Wednesday at the Urban League from 5 to 8. This coming Wednesday, we're teaching certification. How to certify your business, how to become certified with the city of Los Angeles, the county, or the state of California. So if you're interested, send us an email, give us a call, 888-882-1168. We'll sign you up in the class, you'll come in, and you will walk away with at least one certification. Okay?
All righty. Sounds excellent. Again, don't be stupid, guys.
Don't pay that stupid tax.
He's offering you to take your dreams off a hold.
That's right.
So we want to take you guys. We're going to sign off now, and we've had a great time. And
Yes.
you can go back to YouTube to catch up on what you missed.
Yes.
And we will see you next Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl and be safe. No drinking and driving.
And you've been listening to The Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're out.
We're out.
As a small biz pro, that's how we roll. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, that's how we grow. Using